going to be a great new Hi-C flavor with an outrageous fruit taste. And what are we going to call it? Ecto Cooler. Hi-C Ecto Cooler. Slimer's new fruit drink.
The story of Hi-C Ecto Cooler starts with something almost magical, a bright green drink that seemed to come straight out of a cartoon. For kids growing up in the 90 seconds, it wasn't just another sugary beverage, it was an invitation to step into a world where ghosts were mischievous but fun, and anything bright green felt instantly exciting. Ecto Cooler wasn't born out of necessity or a simple flavor experiment, it was a bold experiment in marketing and imagination. It started as a tie-in with the real Ghostbusters animated series, a spin-off of the blockbuster movies that had captured children's attention worldwide. Slimer, the iconic green ghost, became the face of the drink, and suddenly, something as ordinary as juice transformed into a piece of pop culture. What made this drink remarkable wasn't just its association with a beloved franchise. The original Hi-C brand was already popular with kids, but Ecto Cooler took it a step further. The neon green color was unlike anything else on the shelves, immediately catching the eye in stores, vending machines, and lunchboxes. Parents might have bought it as a sweet treat, but for kids, it was a ticket to imagination. Some bottles even promised adventures, encouraging children to feel like part of the Ghostbusters team. It's been said that the idea behind the drink was more than flavor, it was about creating an experience. From the moment it appeared, it seemed to have a personality of its own, mischievous and playful, just like the ghost that graced its label. The timing was perfect. The late 80 seconds and early 90 seconds were a golden age for cross-promotional products, and Ecto Cooler hit that sweet spot where movies, cartoons, and consumer goods intersected. Kids were drawn to visual excitement, and nothing screamed fun more than a drink that looked like liquid slime. Rumors suggest the marketing team wanted something that would instantly connect with children's imaginations, creating memories that would stick long after the last sip. And stick it did. Within months of its release, Ecto Cooler had become more than a juice, it was a cultural touchstone. Even adults who weren't buying it for nostalgia might have found themselves intrigued by the strange glowing green drink just out of curiosity.
Cooler. Slimer's new fruit drink. You've been warned. Wow.
By the time Ecto Cooler became widely available, it had already begun building a cult-like following. Kids swapped stories about their favorite bottles, compared flavors, and even treated it like a collectible. Its debut wasn't just a product launch, it was a small, colorful revolution in childhood beverages, leaving a mark that would echo long after the glow faded from the bottle. The moment you tasted Hi-C Ecto Cooler, it wasn't just the tangy citrus flavor that hit you, it was the thrill of holding something that felt alive, unpredictable, and completely 90 seconds. The flavor itself was a mix of tangerine and tropical citrus, bright enough to leave your taste buds buzzing, but balanced enough to make you want more. Combined with that neon green hue, it was impossible to ignore, like a tiny, edible adventure in a bottle. The Slimer mascot didn't just sit on the label either, he was everywhere, from Saturday morning commercials to lunchbox stickers, giving the drink a personality that made it feel like more than juice. Marketing played a huge role in why Ecto Cooler became unforgettable. Television ads portrayed it almost like a magical potion, with kids racing to grab bottles before they disappeared from shelves. There were even interactive elements, like games and contests, that encouraged children to engage with the brand beyond just drinking it. Some promotions included collectible toys or trading cards featuring Slimer and other characters from the Ghostbusters universe, making every bottle feel like it had a little treasure hidden inside. Fans often speculate that these marketing strategies created a sense of urgency and exclusivity, which helped cement Ecto Cooler as a coveted item. The appeal went beyond flavor and color. Ecto Cooler arrived at a time when novelty was king. Kids loved bright, unusual things, and a neon green juice labeled with a ghost ticked all the boxes. Parents may have been drawn in by its familiar Hi-C taste, but children were captivated by the thrill of something they couldn't get anywhere else. The combination of vibrant color, tangy taste, and immersive branding created a drink that felt like a portal to childhood imagination. By the time Ecto Cooler hit peak popularity, it had already achieved something remarkable. It wasn't just juice anymore, it was an experience, a tiny taste of the 90 seconds that kids would remember decades later. By the time Hi-C Ecto Cooler hit its stride, it wasn't just a drink, it was a cultural phenomenon. Kids didn't just drink it, they celebrated it. Lunch tables became miniature fan clubs, with bottles traded like collectibles and stories shared about who had the rarest design or the first sip of the day. Some children even mixed it into homemade recipes, turning it into slushy drinks or neon green ice pops, experimenting as if they were mad scientists in their kitchens. Beyond the flavor, it was the experience that mattered, the glow of green juice in a clear cup, the excitement of seeing Slimer on every bottle, and the feeling that you were part of something larger, a secret club of kids in on the fun. The drink's peak popularity also left a mark on pop culture. References to Ecto Cooler appeared in magazines, cartoons, and even casual mentions on TV, cementing it as a symbol of 90 seconds childhood. Adults today still recall the drink vividly, not because it was essential, but because it captured a feeling vivid, bright, and just a little mischievous. Rumors suggest that part of its charm was how it seemed almost magical. No other drink so perfectly balanced taste, color, and branding. Kids weren't just consuming a beverage, they were participating in a shared cultural moment, one that left lasting impressions well into adulthood. Even casual shoppers, drawn in by curiosity, couldn't help but be intrigued by the neon green glow and playful Slimer mascot. Then, almost as mysteriously as it appeared, Ecto Cooler began to fade. Changes in corporate licensing and brand strategies slowly pulled it from shelves, leaving fans confused and nostalgic. Some bottles were reformulated, others redesigned, but none captured the original's unique charm. It's been said that shifting marketing priorities and focus on new flavors contributed to its decline. Limited-time revivals attempted to recapture the magic, but collectors and fans noticed subtle differences. The flavor wasn't quite as vibrant, the color not as striking, and the mischievous energy of Slimer seemed muted. The gradual disappearance turned the drink into something legendary, an almost mythical piece of 90 seconds culture that kids remembered fondly but rarely experienced again. Yet, the story didn't end there. Today, Hi-C Ecto Cooler lives on in nostalgia, thriving on memories and online chatter. Millennials share stories of their favorite bottles, recreate recipes, and even hunt down vintage containers as prized collectibles. Social media and retro food blogs have sparked fan campaigns to bring it back, celebrating the drink as a symbol of carefree childhood fun. Its legacy is more than taste, it's the memory of a neon green adventure in a bottle, the kind of childhood thrill that sticks with you. In the end, Ecto Cooler wasn't just a drink, it was a shared experience, a vivid snapshot of a time when imagination and flavor collided, leaving a mark that still haunts our memories in the most delightful way. From its bright green hue to its mischievous mascot, Hi-C Ecto Cooler was unforgettable because it was more than juice. It was a slice of childhood, a taste of adventure, and a symbol of 90 seconds culture that refused to be forgotten. Even decades later, opening a bottle sparks instant nostalgia. The tangy citrus flavor, the neon glow, and the playful energy of Slimer combine into something that goes beyond taste. It reminds us of a simpler time when little things felt magical, and a drink could transport you into a world of imagination. Its influence continues in the present, not just through fan revivals, but in the collective memory of a generation. Millennials talk about it, share recipes, and post about it online, keeping the spirit alive. There's a reason social media explodes whenever Ecto Cooler makes a comeback. It's not just a drink. It's a cultural icon. A reminder that some pieces of childhood never really leave us. It's the kind of nostalgia that's playful, colorful, and infectious, and it's why Ecto Cooler remains etched in memory as one of the most beloved drinks of a generation. Even today, thinking about that bright green juice with Slimer on the label is enough to make you crave a little taste of your own childhood.